Hello, my name is Gail King. I'm the CFO for M.E.D.I.A Engineering Group, and today we're talking on the Online Prosperity Show with Prosper, all things additive manufacturing, solutions, and how to live by your values and behaviours.
Now, welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Online Prosperity Show, your premium destination for exclusive insights into the journeys of remarkable individuals that are shaping our industries. I'm your host, Prosper Taruvinga, and today we have the pleasure of welcoming Gail King, the CFO of M.E.D.I.A Engineering Group. Now, Gail, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to come onto your podcast, Prosper.
Well, the pleasure is all mine. And for those that are watching right now, if you look a few episodes before, we had Russell. And Russell is Gail's husband. And together they've been instrumental in revolutionizing the engineering services in Australia. And when we had Russell on the call, he did speak up a great deal about what you guys are doing at M.E.D.I.A and also about the collaboration that you guys do. So I brought you in just so we could clear that up and also hear your side of the story. So Gail, I mean, blink twice if you're not saying this against your will, because from what Russell has said, it does look like a ball and chain scenario there for you at M.E.D.I.A.
No, I'll blink twice. It's all good.
Absolutely. I'm glad that we've got that out of the way. Now, we had a really good time, and I'm going to be linking his episode below. And for those that are watching right now, I want you to then watch Russell's episode and you can compare notes. All right. So,
yep.
And congratulations. You've recently established the Center of Excellence for 3D Manufacturing in New South Wales.
We have. It's been an exciting journey. All started nearly 12 months ago now, and our machines are now printing, and we're collaborating with a few companies to bring this new technology to the market.
Absolutely. Well, while we're still in the celebratory realm, congratulations. It was just recently your 30th wedding anniversary. Again, testament to the hard work that you guys are putting into the relationship, the work, and everything else that comes along with it.
Yeah, 100%. It was 30 years in December of last year. And, we do life together. We do absolutely everything together. So to hit 30 years, it's a milestone. But to us, it wouldn't change anything. It would just be working, living, everything together. It's just what feels fantastic to both of us.
Absolutely. That absolutely is wonderful to hear. Some couples can't even go shopping together, or let alone just complete a meal, or, cook one together without having, a counselor calling, or maybe the police being involved.
Yeah, we're 24/7, literally. Our business is 24/7 and we're 24/7 together. So we wouldn't change it.
Great stuff. You see, Gail, some people, when they go to shopping at IKEA, I think IKEA should have a social responsibility of, while people are fighting about putting furniture together, you guys are building a whole business and things of that nature. What is the secret?
The secret, well, I think you've got to be on the same page. You've got to be going in the same direction. You've got to want the same goals and the same outcome. And we're pretty open with each other which way we're going. So we're always traveling in the same lane, on the same freeway, to the same destination.
Does that mean you guys share the same cereal box as well? Because I was having problems in the morning. I love my Cocoa Pops, but...
No, the only thing we do is we drink the same coffee. He has his cereal, I have mine.
Oh, fantastic. All right. I was actually, yeah, there's a few things that I'm ticking off the box here just to make sure that everything is compatible and things of that nature. Now, you also, not only is it just the two of you guys, you've also added 3 other children in the mix, and you both have a love for animals and a shared passion for Pilates. Is he ever allowed to go to the bathroom by himself?
Yeah, he does that quite often. Yeah. It's about the only time that we are apart. Yes, we've got 3 beautiful kids, all grown up now, all living their own life and successful in their own way. And yeah, like watching the kids grow is one thing, but actually seeing them come into their own world and be successful in various parts of their own life, you know, buying their first home, traveling, whatever it might be, they're all set up now. They've all got great partners and living a really good life. So it's something that you want as a parent is your kids always to be happy, and yeah, all 3 of them are happy. So
that is remarkable. You see, we're a young couple and we use kids as a shield, you know, and sometimes kids are really good for sending messages to the other room, especially when I have to sleep on the couch. But now that your kids have left the house, that means you guys are together 24/7.
yep, we have no interruptions whatsoever at home anymore. We have no kids left at home. We have a dog. Unfortunately, the dog gets all our attention now, not the kids. But yeah, we don't have anybody interrupting anything at the moment. It's, you know, it's kind of crazy because when you've had kids, the kids were about 5.5 years apart from the first to the third, and there was always something going on. There was always an activity. There was always something that was causing us to all to go in different directions. The girls' sport, the boys' sport, etc. But now that we just don't have that, we just commit to each other more, which is kind of crazy and people kind of don't understand it, but it does work for us. So we wouldn't change it.
Absolutely. So there could be a Gail out there who's watching this and thinking, where would I find my own Russell? How did that happen for you?
Well, we were very young. I was only 16 when I met Russell, and we met at a dance studio. We both did ballroom dancing, and he walked into my studio, and yeah, we pretty much, here we are, married with 3 kids and running a business 34 years later or something. So yeah, we didn't go to school together. We didn't know each other. It was purely outside of school in activities that we met.
Absolutely. Because Russell is originally from the UK, right?
He is, yes.
Great stuff. And obviously that would have presented a little bit of some sort of distance between the two of you. How did you manage that?
Well, it wasn't actually like that because Russell came over when he was 5 years old. So he knew Australia as home pretty much. It was just all his family back in the UK. So we didn't have any distance for the 2 of us in particular. But we've done 3 holidays back there now to the UK, meet his family, and they've come here. They came out here for our wedding. So, yeah, like Aussie is definitely home for both of us. He was only 5. Doesn't really have much pommy left in him. I've got it all out.
Fantastic. But, you know, throughout all of this, you only joined MEX in 2021. Where were you before?
No, I was actually with the business from the beginning. We had kids, and so I was basically at home doing the kids and doing the book work on the side. We were a one-man band. Russell would work every God-given hour that he could, and I would just do all the paperwork, and that's how we started the business. So I was definitely on the journey from the beginning, but I didn't start working in a position like what I'm in now until all the kids were at school. So it was once the kids all started at school and I started back full-time. And in 2021, we rebranded to MEX. So that's probably why you're thinking 2021. But literally I started in 2001.
Well, that is quite a journey right there. And congratulations on everything that you're doing. But what is it that you guys are working on these days that's keeping you very, very busy? Because
We've got a lot of projects in the mix at the moment. A lot of our business is a solution provider to our clients. So we kind of sit on the same side of the table with our clients. We don't sit on the opposite side. So we've got a lot of safety projects on at the moment. We do a lot of machine safety upgrades to get them to Australian standards. So at the moment, we've got a couple of those running. And, you know, between the electrical department, the mechanical department, we've got a lot of people covering shifts, keeping our Australian manufacturing sector alive out there. So it's very important what we do, and we want more people to be producing here in Australia.
absolutely. And congratulations for all the success that you have actually managed to achieve. I mean, even in my household, we're experiencing that the spoils of, you know, your journey in its own little way. But one thing that I've noticed about the way you operate is you really focus on business culture. First of all, tell us what that is and what does that look like at Max?
Yeah, so our people are our number one. Everything we do is about our people, whether it's training, whether it's upskilling to promote them through the business. Everything we do is about our people. So we're very, very focused on our culture and the accountability model. So everybody likes to be held accountable until they're held accountable. So we put the accountability into play when we rebranded to MEX, and our culture goes hand in hand with that. We also run a mythology of hungry, humble, smart. So having everybody on the same page and understanding the hungry, humble, smart is actually been a really good game changer for our team. So just to give you a little bit of a rundown, like everybody understands what humble means. But when you say hungry, some people get a little bit caught up, and that is that people go bull at a gate trying to do the right thing, and all of a sudden they're stamping over and treading over everybody, and they're not meaning to do it. They just think that the best way to do this is just to get on and do it. And so we have a team environment so that we actually work with everybody together. You don't need to be that hungry bulldozer that drives over everybody. Get the team around you, get them all on the same page. What's our problem? What have we got to do to fix it? And let's do it as a team. Many minds make less work.
I like that, because, you know, if you want to go far, you go alone. But if you want to go further, you go together.
Correct.
And so many people are always wanting to climb over other people. I have a statement. I mean, we have a statement around that. It's called crab mentality, where if you put crabs in a bucket while you're fishing, you don't need to put a lead on it. They'll always be pulling each other down. All right.
Yes.
Because that's just the way they're wired. So none of them would escape and things like that. So automatically that eliminates that. And then obviously humble is, you know, making sure that, you know, you are working together as a team with other people, and it's not just about you getting the accolades and things of that nature.
100%. And then you've got the smart section to it. So obviously when you put all three of these together in the middle of that, you get a little bit of everything, and it's the ideal team player. But a little bit of smart, which I actually dropped my smart. So smart is being able to read body language. It's being able to, it's not smart as in intelligent. So I actually will just, under pressure, drop my smart, because I know I've just got to get on with it. So sometimes it's about pausing, taking a breath and looking at it from a different lens so that you don't drop the smart, because instantly you could come across aggressive or rude when you're not actually meaning to. So, yeah, I mean, we've got a few people in the business that drop different things, and it's kind of crazy when you put everybody in a room and go, like, how do we get everybody to not drop what they drop and they excel more in that? So it's a big learning for all of us at the moment. We're all learning it. Everybody's learning it at the same time, but it's been one thing that we brought into the business, and it's been amazing.
That's pretty remarkable, because the engineering sector traditionally is just male dominated, isn't it? You know, there's like
Yeah.
there's a lot of egos and testosterone running all around there. So what sort of challenges have you maybe faced while you're being a female leader and, you know, being in this industry, and how have you been able to champion them?
It's a different challenge. Every week there's a different challenge to overcome. I think you've just got to understand the role that you play and try not to worry about the things that you can't control. And I think that that's just not a female leader. That's across the board in the whole entire team. It's everybody knowing their strengths and staying on the line of their strength and not needing to dip down constantly. So it's it's not a male female thing to me. It's everybody understanding what we're here to do.
Absolutely. And I mean, it takes really great culture for that to prevail and for people to actually sort of have an understanding of this. And the area that you guys work in is fast paced, fast moving. There's always new technologies and things of that nature. How do you guys stay on top of things?
Look, we are in a very, very changeable business. We get one phone call and we could be juggling chess on a chessboard, so to speak. So we have a bit of a saying in here, and that is change is the only certainty, because, as I said, one phone call could change absolutely everything. However, that's how the business got built. So if anybody comes into our business thinking that they're going to change it so that we don't have this changeable lifestyle, it's just our nature in our game. Like, you just have to accept that that is how the business has actually been formed, and it's how we've stayed above our competitors as well, because we're willing to adapt and flex with the needs of our clients.
Absolutely. I mean, even in our industry these days, AI just keeps revolving and morphing, and, you know, you just got to, you know, make sure that you are ahead of the curve and things of that nature. Now, you're working with a diverse number of industries and people that, you know, come in all walks of life, and it might just feel like a thankless job where, like you said, it's always consistently changing, and one phone call could actually just really change the lay of the land. Is there maybe a story that you're proud of, you know, maybe without mentioning names, where your engineering solutions actually significantly impacted a client's operations or maybe their bottom line?
Oh, goodness, there'd be so many stories to tell you about our clients, and, you know, breakdowns at 3:00 in the morning where the boys have gone out to get them back up and running. And, you know, we've sourced parts from overseas when a machine's, you know, $20,000-$30,000 an hour broken down, and they literally cannot start the machine up. So I could probably talk for the next hour on the solutions we've provided to our clients. But I think the most rewarding part about being part of MEX is actually seeing the young apprentices come through their time and start as a young first-year apprentice, literally not even knowing which end of the screwdriver to hold, to coming out as a qualified tradesperson, female and male. We've had them all across the years. I think that that's the most rewarding part as, you know, business owner, someone that nurtures the young ones coming through, the next generation. For me, that would probably be a bigger highlight for me, because, you know, these kids, as they start off as kids, actually are young adults when they come out of their time, and you have a bond with these people, like a friendship, you know. So it's quite rewarding to have that, you know, the pride and the proud moment. It's a bit like a mum seeing their kids come out of high school and graduate, you know, like it's very satisfying at the end of the 4 years when they've put in the hard yards, stressed about the exams. And, you know, we had 2 boys qualify 12 months ago. We just had another one qualify within the last 2 months, and we got another one about to go in June, July. So it's, that's the proud times, I think, as business owners.
Absolutely. I like the statement that you say that they don't know how to which end of the screwdriver to actually hold and things of that nature. I've seen some videos online where they're saying go and buy, telling an apprentice to go and buy a left-handed screwdriver, and they're actually going. And I'm like, oh, bless them. And
Yeah. I think the other big joke is go down the storeroom and get a long weight, and they're down there trying to find a weight that's long. so yeah, you're allowed to play tricks.
Absolutely. And that's really amazing in and of itself. So as a leader, how do you then approach such kind of mentorship within your organization, because that would maybe create a future for them or scar them for life? Is there certain programs that you take them on, or do you just let them learn as they come?
We live and breathe our values here at M.E.D.I.A. So it doesn't matter whether you're part of the leadership team or you're an apprentice. Everybody in the business has a voice, and we ask everybody to voice their opinion. So we like the words are every voice counts. It doesn't mean that me putting my 5 points forward are going to be the 5 things that are going to be, the winner, and that's exactly what we need to do. But it's just about brainstorming. So I think having everybody be willing to engage in a conversation, whether it's problem solving, whether it's coming up with a different solution, whether it's organising something, it doesn't matter what it is. It's about having not just the apprentices, but everybody in M.E.D.I.A having the understanding that they have a voice. So, a lot of our behaviours that we put forward is like be courageous, so that we want them to speak up, that kind of thing. So it does, like, our engineering team have just as much a say as what our first year apprentice has to say. So I think that that's a big thing for us, where it's our culture that we try to bring out in all our employees, so that they all can say what they're feeling and bringing a solution to the table.
What I like about this is, obviously, if you don't mind me going there, you've also elaborated and established that you're a mother of 3, as well as being the CFO and things of that nature. Would you think that maybe these values and all these things are also stemming from, your own personal experiences and, your being that is now influencing this kind of leadership and decision making, especially in this world?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. So when we rebranded to M.E.D.I.A in 2021, we basically sat down and created everything from scratch. We have a little bit of a joke that we are a startup with 20 years experience, because we literally rebranded M.E.D.I.A into a company that we weren't before, and bringing our vision and our values into it just meant that we were just literally doing what we were always doing anyway. We were just now making it purposeful. So the values, the behaviours, they're non-negotiable, even to the fact that we have a 17-metre culture wall in our business, so that anybody can hold anybody accountable if they're not following it.
I like that, because now everyone has that duty and ownership of making sure that the success of the business, holds through and stuff like that. Now, I've also noticed you've got this passion of continuous improvement, which is the thing that may be actually driving the business in and of itself. How do you measure success, maybe in both your personal and business lives together?
Measuring success can be easy for some people and very hard for others. I think having the goals set out clear for everybody to understand is the way that you achieve it. The road to get there sometimes can be rocky, and it's about picking the smart goals. There's no point making a goal that is 5 years from now and totally unachievable. So I think it's all about, it's about progression, and it's about setting small goals to achieve small goals. to get the success. And then it depends what everyone's outlook is, Like for me, I wouldn't set a goal that is 5 years away that I'm going to struggle for the next 5 years to achieve it, because I'd probably be negative on myself in the first 3 months that I haven't actually got there. So I think it's about the goals that you set.
Absolutely. And you can't hit a target that you can't see, So
That's
many people
exactly right.
wake up in the morning, and don't even know where they're headed to, and and things like that.
And I also think it's milestones along the way. Sometimes people can't think of a small goal; they can only think of a big goal. And if that's what it is for you, then maybe you need milestone steps along the way, so that you're actually, taking one step at a time. We're not looking at attacking the whole big picture in one gulp.
Now, Gail, I talk to a lot of people. I don't know if you've noticed, and
Yep.
it's just one of those things. And one of the things that I come across, especially service providers or product producers or engineering people, is the people aspect. But you seem to have gotten that down packed. Now, employee engagement is something else as well that you really, really manage really well. Do you have any tips for all the other ones that can't seem to be retaining their top talent, because culture is fostered by actually having people stay on than people keep moving, and that's the reason why people want to
100%. Don't get me wrong, there's always mistakes made here as well when you think you've got it together and something else changes. However, the biggest piece of advice I could give anybody who wants to have an organisational health business and be driven by their culture and what they stand for is that you take one step out of line and you don't follow it yourself. The people below you are going to think it's okay to do it. So you've got to be all but anal about the fact that everything you say, everything you do, every step you take, you have to be leading by example. No shortcuts, the long way round if you need to, but if you drop the ball, everyone below you is going to drop the ball.
Even if it's Russell?
Yeah, even if it's Russell.
Absolutely. Now, Gail,
100%. It's been a big learning.
Now, for those that are watching and listening right now, and they're probably considering a partnership, or getting services from M.E.D.I.A Engineering, how can they get a hold of you? And do you have like a onboarding process that they can follow or things like that?
Yeah, so you can always find us on LinkedIn at M.E.D.I.A Engineering Group. We're also on the web, mexeng.com.au, or you might be able to find me on Prosker's little notes down the bottom of the podcast. But yeah, any way you reach out, we'll get a hold of you.
Absolutely. I'll definitely make sure that the links are in the show notes below so that people can get started on that journey. Now,
that would be wonderful.
Absolutely. Now, when we started the conversation, Gail, you introduced us to a 16-year-old that was in a dance class. And obviously, whatever was happening there, your life completely changed after you met Russell. Now, if you would maybe go back to that point and moment in life and whisper some few words to that girl, knowing what you know now about how your life has turned around, what would you tell her?
Goodness me. Now, that's a tricky question, because obviously been together for 34 years, married for 30, things are obviously working out okay. I don't know if I would change too much about what we've done. Obviously, everybody, makes mistakes along the way. There's always something that you could learn from. But for us as a couple, probably we don't fight very often. But when we do, it's probably more me than him, because he likes to talk everything out. And when I'm cranky, I don't like to talk everything out. So anything that I could probably tell that person back at 16 would be to allow your emotions and your conversation to happen, whether you're angry or happy. Don't make it different, because that would be the only thing that probably happens in our relationship, where when I'm cranky or upset or anything like that, I just don't want to talk at that time. Just let me get over it. Where he's like, talk to me, tell me what's going on. Like, I don't want to talk right now. But yeah, that would probably be the only thing, because really we're a pretty good pair.
Absolutely. Now, Gail, obviously you guys have been together for 30 years and, done life together, still doing life together and working together all at the same time. There's got to be something that you haven't told Russell that you would want to share with us today, that you would want him to know about how your life has turned out.
Well, he knows that he's the best thing that ever happened to me. I think he already knows. I don't think it's a secret. And as often as he says to me that I'm the best thing that ever happened to him, I think we've just been lucky to come across each other. We've done this thing called life and been aligned along that journey of life. There is absolutely nothing that I can think of that he does not know. So unfortunately, Prosper, I don't think I can answer your question, because if there was something he didn't know, I'm sure he would already know.
Sorry, Russell, I tried, but obviously this is amazing how, you guys have managed to build something like this and, still can't get enough of each other. I actually think you owe us a book.
Oh, it's a book. I don't know if I'd have the patience to write a book. I would love to say I'd have some red hot tips in there for somebody who hasn't made the relationship work and maybe can, do it next time. But yeah, writing a book, that's just a different level to owning a business.
Absolutely. Now, Gail, I can't thank you enough for the time that you took with us on the call today. I mean, obviously, just you sharing your inspiring journey and the, invaluable insights that you have created within your business, it's just remarkable. So thank you so much. And one thing that I really like about all of this is just your dedication to fostering a positive business culture and just driving innovation in an industry that just seems like everything is up in the air, and you keeping it all stable and all systems go. That's just something that is remarkable. So thank you so much for the journey, for the time that you spend with us, and for everything that you're doing and the example that you're laying out for everybody else out there.
Appreciate it, and appreciate your time. And I'm just glad that you could see that MEX is all about being the solution. So thank you. Appreciate your time as well, Prosper.
Great stuff. No, I mean, when Russell came to the show, I just wanted to now hear your side of the story. The same thing that he did. And I thought I would maybe get a bit of, dirt on either one of you guys, but I failed. So to our viewers, I tried,
The only dirt comes off the dance floor on the bottom of our shoes, unfortunately. That's how we met. That's more than likely how we'll end once we stop working so hard.
For those that are watching right now, if you found value in today's conversation, please share this episode with somebody who could actually benefit from Gail's experiences. And if there's a couple that that's working together and obviously trying to do life together, do share them this particular episode so they could also look at Gail and Russell's example there. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to the Online Prosperity Show for more enlightening content like this. I'll be putting all the links that were shared in the show notes below. Be sure to check out MEX Engineering Group and look at their recent advancement in additive manufacturing, which Russell corrected me the last time. He says you could just call it 3D printing, at a more advanced level, and their commitment to building great teams And yeah, they're definitely well equipped to provide solutions that are tailored to your needs. Until next time, bye for now.